Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. It is once again Tuesday, and that of course means we've got another new update here in Modern Warfare. Every week we do see these standard playlist updates and shop refreshes, and occasionally we'll see a larger title update go live. And that, my friends, is exactly what we saw happen today, as the brand new 1.15 update is now live across all platforms. So today we're breaking down everything that ended up changing in the new 1.15 update. But before we get into it, if you're new here, or if you happen to be a part of that 72% of viewers who are not subscribed, each and every day I am always covering the latest Call of Duty news and intel. So if you want to stay informed, feel free to subscribe with your notifications turned on. And of course, if you enjoy the video at any point, let me know by dropping a like on it. Now, as I mentioned, since this is an actual title update, everyone, regardless of what platform you're playing on, will need to actually download the patch before you're able to end up playing the game. So on PlayStation, the update is going to be right around 7 gigs in size, on Xbox it is right around 11 gigs in size, and over on PC it is right around 10 gigs in size, so just be prepared for that. You will need to spend a little extra time getting that installed before you're able to jump on. So starting off the major changes today, we actually ended up getting a brand new DLC map. However, it is not a standard map, and instead it is actually a gunfight exclusive map, and that of course is Bazaar. Now, Bazaar was originally supposed to launch on day 1 of Season 2, but for a reason we are completely unaware of, it was actually delayed until, well, today. I guess you could call that kind of bizarre. No? Okay. Anyways, yeah, Bazaar is brand new in gunfights. If you're an avid gunfight player, you can jump in and experience that right now. Infinity Ward says Bazaar takes place in a small corner of Urzikstan and is a multi-level 3-lane battlefield. So nothing too out of the ordinary for gunfights. Now, outside of Bazaar coming to the game, we also have plenty of other changes and updates to cover as well, including a brand new playlist update that features 2 new, or I guess new-ish, playlists. Those being the 3v3 snipers only on Rust, and that's going to be the gunfight variant for this week. And then we also have the Boots on the Ground War playlist, which is basically just like Ground War, except there are no tanks whatsoever, and instead it is just the smaller vehicles used for transportation. However, there is one drawback that, to me at least, is kind of disappointing, and that is the fact that this no tank mode is only available as a Ground War Realism variant mode. So that means you cannot play this in regular Ground War, and it is only available in Realism Ground War, which personally I'm just not a huge fan of. I think Realism plays a whole lot slower than the regular matches, and with it being Ground War and obviously the maps being so much larger, it results in a pretty slow-paced game overall. So I would be lying if I said I wasn't a little bummed that this is not a regular Ground War playlist, but at the end of the day, it is no tanks, and that's been something that I've been asking for a long time now, so that is still definitely a very big plus in my book. Then we do also have a regular playlist refresh as well to accompany these standouts this week, and here we see that we have the playlist of Quick Play, which of course we can filter to our liking. Then we also have the gunfight tournament for a few more days. No end date has been set for that as of now. Then we also have regular Ground War, regular gunfight, Dirty Old Houseboat, which is going to be Shipment, Rust, and Shoot House 24/7. So I'm sorry for anyone who wanted Shoot the Rusty Ship as the playlist name. Yeah, it seems Dirty Old Houseboat was just too intriguing and eye-catching to pass up. Then, finally, we do also have Giant Infected, which is infected on a much larger scale than what we're used to seeing, as this is comprised of lobbies with 48 players. So, yeah, safe to say, when it comes down to the last few survivors, things get pretty interesting, as, 2v46, 1v47 is about as chaotic as it can possibly get. Now, honestly, this playlist update was pretty substantial, all things considered. No tank Ground War, infected Ground War, a new gunfight variant, so on and so forth. And I gotta say, I'm impressed. On top of that, we also know that starting on Friday the 28th and lasting all the way until Monday, March 2nd, we are actually going to have a double XP event that applies to all modes and all playlists. So if you are trying to get to rank 155 as soon as possible, or if you just want to get some new officer challenges unlocked, this weekend is going to be the prime time to jump on and grind out some matches to earn some double XP. Also, if you are really wanting to crank out those levels, whether there's a double XP event or if you're simply using the double XP tokens, completing the parkour, ATV race, and speedball courses in the trials section can actually equate to 20,000 XP roughly every 45 seconds or so. So that is a super productive way to just fly through ranks left and right, so just keep that in mind if you are wanting to do some grinding this weekend. Now, we do also have the standard shop refresh this week as well. We've actually got some pretty exciting stuff here, if I do say so myself. So the first bundle we end up seeing is that of Executive Armory 4, which is available for 1800 COD points. And this comes with the Golden Rule SMG blueprint, the Sell High Sniper blueprint, and the Moneymaker Handgun blueprints, alongside a charm and a sticker as well. Then we have the bundle that I'm sure a lot of people are going to be very excited about, and that is the Mace Operator bundle, which is available for 2400 COD points. And this actually comes with the skin for Mace, so that will unlock him to use in-game. And then we also have the Bludgeoner LMG blueprint, the Skullhammer Shotgun blueprint, a watch, a melee blueprint, a calling card, an emblem, an operator quip, a finishing move, and also 2 tier skips for the battle pass. Then we do also have some backend changes to get into before we take a look at the Trello board to see what else is being worked on for future updates. This week though, we see that we have fixes for the following issues: a bug where friends who are online were not always at the top of the friends list, various map exploits, incorrect career levels being displayed, regiment clan tags, the mouse input stopping mid-game, an AX50 wallbang spot on King, an error with hardline and specialist, quality of life stuff on the menus, a spawn exploit on vacant, and white phosphorus being way too strong in realism. We also see that the fire in the hole trial was updated, and the following challenges have also been fixed: the kills with an enemy weapon officer challenge, the daily challenge that requires you to get a certain amount of kills with an enemy weapon, Golem's operator mission, and various other operator challenges as well. Now for the weapons, they fixed the max level bug. On the Striker 45, they fixed the poly barrel stats not working as intended. They buffed the range on the Model 680 and also on the Sport attachment as well. They decreased the range and increased the ADS on the XRK Liberator for the 680, the R90 TAC Sentry, and also the Origin 12 TAC Precision. They increased the pellet count, they reduced the rate of fire, increased the shell count, and increased the range on underbarrel shotguns. They increased the reload speed on the crossbow. They fixed the Akimbo Snakeshot registry not working. They reduced the recoil on the SA-87 factory barrel, and they increased the close and medium range damage for the 5.45 rounds on the AK-47. So honestly, quite a few surprises coming there, but hey, pretty cool stuff nonetheless. On top of that, they also fixed various bugs for the Spec Ops missions. You can see those on screen right now. We won't go super into detail on those. And then they did also adjust some stuff for the CDL, as here they set the round timer to 5 minutes in Domination. In Search and Destroy, they set the round timer to 90 seconds. And then they also restricted Thermite, Throwing Knives, and the kill streaks for the CDL playlist. Now, before we jump into the Trello board to see what other changes and bug fixes are coming in the near future, I did also want to briefly talk about both Warzone and also Spec Ops. Now, Warzone, as we all know by now, is the rumored Battle Royale mode. However, even now, it still has not even been acknowledged by Infinity Ward or Activision. The rumors state the mode could be launching in early March, meaning before the 15th presumably, and typically Activision markets things about 2 weeks in advance. 2 weeks is that normal magic number, sometimes it will be 1 week instead though. But either way, this leaves the door open for some potential in-game teases to look out for. Kind of like how we saw Ghost teased in-game before, so just keep an eye out there. Also, I did want to bring up Spec Ops here quickly as well, because a lot of you guys have pointed out that there is no Spec Ops content detailed on the roadmap, which is kind of odd considering we saw a ton of additional Spec Ops experiences release all throughout Season 1. So maybe Infinity Ward just didn't feel like it was important enough to mention on the roadmap, or maybe Spec Ops is kind of on the back burner for now. We're honestly not too sure. But for those of you asking for Spec Ops content, as of right now, unfortunately, it just doesn't seem like we have anything on the horizon. Anyways, now that that is out of the way, every week on Update Day, I do like to check out the Trello board, as it previews what kind of content and changes we can expect to see come to the game in the near future. Now, we actually saw quite a few things fixed throughout last week, as Infinity Ward released multiple hotfixes during the week itself. But there are still plenty of other things that should be updated, changed, or fixed here pretty soon. So, over in multiplayer, we can see that currently in progress, we have the issues of regiments appearing as colors that are not intended, Platinum still not unlocking on the Ram 7, I swear, this one has been there for like well over a month at this point, executions near walls or elevated surfaces being cancelled, that's another one that's been around for quite some time, Field Upgrade Pro causing you to use your equipment instead of the actual field upgrade, multiple ground war exploits, clan tags not changing, player collision, slide canceling, Rust tack insert placements, Rust framerate issues, the new icon appearing when there's nothing new to actually discover, the restart loop, the data corruption bug, and regiment player counts causing errors. Then, to be frank, the remainder of the Trello board for this week is pretty much comprised of the same exact issues we saw and discussed last week for PC, Spec Ops, single player, and content previews. So no real updates or information has been added here, so I guess we're just playing a waiting game at this point. But as always, if and when the board is updated, we'll be covering it right here on the channel. So, with all of that being said, that is effectively everything that ended up changing in today's 1.15 update here in Modern Warfare, and that is going to wrap things up for today. If you guys enjoyed the video, let me know by dropping a like on it, and of course, if you're new here, and you want to stay up to date with the latest Call of Duty news and intel, updates and leaks, and pretty much everything else in between, feel free to subscribe with your notifications turned on, that way you'll always know when I post a new video. As always, if you want to check out any of my partners, be sure to use code WhosImmortal on all Scuff, G Fuel, Control Freak, and Respawn products. All of those links can be found down in the description below, and once again, thanks so much for tuning in. Until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.